Hey, this is Judah Mantel for SceneForge Studio, and in this video I'm going to go over version 0.6.28. It's a great new feature for live compositing that will make your life a lot easier when you're working with a live camera. So previously in SceneForge, when you're working with a live camera, either a webcam or like a cinema camera plugged in with a capture card, you had to record all of that footage live and use a real-time rendering system inside of SceneForge to export that. And that was very unideal because that real-time export system sometimes would drop frames, it would slow down the editor, and of course when you're trying to record live, it doesn't quite work that way. So the alternative is to use SceneForge as kind of like a display tool, then recording the footage onto your phone or your camera device, and then putting that back into SceneForge as a video clip. This was functional, but it was just an extra step that was kind of unnecessary. So now you can do all of that completely within SceneForge, which is great. So you'll notice on the right-hand side of the Shoot Mode menu, previously there was a toggle for real-time recording that allowed you to record to a video clip while you're actually recording and moving the camera. This was removed in favor of this drop-down that allows you to choose between recording only motion, which essentially means it's going to record the camera's motion onto a timeline track, as you can see here. And then of course, if you wanted to export that, you would use the rendering menu. The other option is with live cam, and that essentially means that anything you have using a live camera feed, so not a video clip, just a live camera feed, will get recorded as well. And that's why if I open up the compositing menu, here we can see another video feed I have set up. And I'm going to go to live camera, set up live camera. So now I have the extra little input window, and I can of course select my camera input. And there's a new drop down here for selecting a microphone. This is not going to have any active impact while you're editing, but in the final recorded live camera footage, it will take audio from this input source. So I'm going to leave this as disabled for now. You can choose a resolution mode. I'm going to go to 800 by 600, which looks a little stretched out right now, but it'll fix itself. And then we have the frame rate. Again, these are all automatically generated based on the camera plugged in. I'm using this crappy webcam, so we don't have that many customization options. So it's set to 30 right now, and I can click Finished, click Finish Configuring, and then when I actually activate it, now we have the proper aspect ratio with cropping to remove my background, and we have all that here. So this is an overlay, so we can still record the footage, but if we wanted to, we can also project it onto a chroma key surface. This is really just up to you and how you're going to use this footage. But let's say I have either a tracked camera, or I want to essentially record the motion of my camera while saving the video for later, so then we can fine-tune it a little bit later on. So what we can do is this. I'm going to switch from only motion to with live cam. So now we'll record the camera's motion, but also going to record this video to a separate video file. So I'm going to click record, and I'm going to move my camera around. Just imagine these two cameras were tracked side by side or with each other, so we can actually have proper depth. And once I'm done, we can adjust all of these keyframes, move them to the beginning of the timeline, scrub through. And you can see now, if I open up my project folder and go to video output, you'll see we have a video clip of what I just recorded. It takes into account the resolution as well as the frame rate that you selected. And yeah, so that's basically the way that feature works. And what it's really meant for is as follows. If I uncheck this, display composite, and I go into, let's say here, and I could activate the camera again, but rather than doing that, I'm going to select a video clip. So I can select a video clip from my file structure, and I can just select this video to bring back in. So now I can have my pre-recorded footage independent from my live camera. This makes it really easy to properly direct and make fine changes to your camera's motion after the fact. So you can see we still have the camera's motion over here, while still having control over our video clip over here. So if I were to disable this, go back and enable it here, when I play back my footage, I have the same in-sync motion between my original video clip and my motion data. And then of course, if you want to render this out, you can use the render menu over here. And so with that, thank you so much for watching. This has been version 0.6.28. I will see you in the next video.